NFL football, this is kind of the one that's we kindly really focused on. The Baltimore Ravens, they take down CJ Stroud and the Texans this past weekend. Now, James, before we get into this, man, it was a lot of people really rooting for the Texans. But I gotta say, I'm proud of the Texans. They are, man, they show so much improvement this season. Just being able to beat these tough teams. I mean, the Browns, we was talking about them to play against one of the top teams in the NFL right now, the Ravens. A lot of people can't get in that spot. Did you hear any? Did you watch this game?
I did, yeah. It was unfortunate for the Texans, but not terribly surprising considering the competition.
Yeah.
But if you at week one told me that the Texans were going to win a playoff game,
yeah,
I don't think I would have believed you, especially after their performance in their first few games.
Yeah. And the fact that they were able to turn their season around with D'Amico and CJ, and they kind of connecting.
They both just get there, and they're able to make some things happen.
Man, oh my gosh, it's crazy. The battle was rough for the Texans in the beginning, but overall, I gotta commend CJ Stroud, man, and both of them for kind of coming together and getting that team together. So our first question, and it's kind of referring to is Lamar Jackson. We talked about him plenty of times in our shows. This season alone, after his extension, we covered that. Has he shown us why he deserves MVP this year?
He's getting MVP this year, and he has shown that through his play, I feel like. He's in nearly every conversation when it comes to MVP voting. And, even if they don't make it all the way there to the Super Bowl, he's still getting that.
Yeah, he's getting that.
The way he played, and this was after an extension. Usually you see people try to play this way, but like in their contract year, to try to... But
and it's like it's like I said, there's a lot of players that can play, get that money and get that extension, and then they're nowhere to be found. They're nowhere in the playing. But he's basically showing you like, I want the money, but more so importantly, I want that ring.
Yeah, he's there for the game. The money, obviously, he needs to be compensated for his talents, but you can see that with the passion and the way he plays the game.
Definitely. I remember when he was getting drafted, and Deion Sanders asked him, how does he feel about being a Raven and things. He said he's going to get a ring with them. And I think this season he's showing us, he's right there. They play the Chiefs. That's going to be, that's going to be tough. But I think they're both going to play at their best,
That's going to be a great game. I'm really looking forward to that one.
And then the Lions, man, they kind of surprised us because we talked about them. We kind of saw them sneaking up, but Goff and whatever they're doing, that coaching, they're doing a good job.
I am really happy for Goff too, considering the way that he was kind of unceremoniously shipped off to Detroit, and that's kind of a no man's land where you go shoot for careers to die.
Man, and then those Detroit fans, they are some diehard fans. They're really dedicated. They've been waiting for this championship opportunity, so I hope they get it. I hope they definitely get it. But yeah, as far as Lamar, he definitely deserves MVP. Even if not, like you said, even if not getting the championship ring. And we look at his stats just this season, man. He's over 3,000 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 15th ranking, and he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in his generation. Yeah, man. That's just pretty much that's it.
I'm surprised why Baltimore was so hesitant to
Lamar's story is kind of unique because a lot of teams, we kind of talked about that. A lot of teams weren't offering him anything. He was a free agent for a minute, and the Ravens barely wanted to give him any money until Now I bet all the teams are like, man, we should have picked him up because he's snapping right now.
I think we do have to give a little bit of credit to the young Baltimore defense, though.
Yeah,
and the way they're holding it down.
They've been holding it down, and they're going to be tough for the Chiefs. They're going to make it really tough for them. They have that Ray Lewis type energy on defense this year. So shout out to them. Shout out to the defense.
I bet he's definitely going to that game.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I can't wait to see it. But as far as Lamar, man, congratulations, brother. You showed it, you proved it. And I bet there's going to be a lot of teams offering deals if he decides to walk. But I think he's gonna stay there though.
He'll be in Baltimore for a
Yeah,
long
yeah,
time.
they're a pretty good team right now with Odell and everything. So y'all let us know how y'all feel about that. Stroud. How excited should the Texans be with C.J. Stroud as their quarterback next season?
They should be extremely excited, and this is mainly based on their improvement. Both CJ and Coach D'Amico Ryans had just got there, and things didn't look so great at first, and then all of a sudden they just took off.
And the fact, man, the most important thing, he's a rookie quarterback. You know, we already, with Bryce Young with the Panthers, they weren't doing so. Which I'm not expecting a rookie quarterback to be at his top, but CJ is already kind of showing you he's rookie of the year quarterback for sure. Like, he's snapping, but I also another thing I kind of didn't like is they put a lot of pressure on him. You know what I mean? You got to realize he's going to make mistakes. But I think it was more so, they like this energy. They like his positivity, his humbleness. He has a very spiritual background. I think they're going to do great next season. I'm very excited for them. And with D'Amico, he's running that defense. Yeah. So, like I said, y'all let us know. And then if we look at his stats, he's over 4,000 passing yards. In a rookie quarterback, over 4,000 yards. I mean,
that's more than Jackson's stats.
That's impressive. Yeah, definitely. He had 23 touchdowns. He's 8th ranking. And like I told you, he definitely deserves Rookie of the Year because he brought them far. But at the same time, I feel like I told you, he was under a lot of pressure.
I can't think of anybody else who deserves Rookie of the Year more than CJ.
Yeah, man. He's been snapping. And I watched some of his highlights, and I was like, man, this guy, is you sure he's a rookie? Because he's playing like he's been here. But yeah, y'all let us know how y'all feel about that. And then kind of the last question, man, before I pass it off to you, man, who do you predict to play in the Super Bowl this upcoming February? Just based off the teams, we got the division leaders. We got Chiefs versus Ravens this weekend, which I'll be covering at my job. And then the Lions versus the 49ers. Who you taking?
Well, who I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see Detroit and Baltimore. I think that would be a wonderful matchup.
I think that's something that everybody wants to see because if we look at the history of championships, we already seen the Chiefs and the 49ers. We're kind of, and that's no hate on the Chiefs, no shade, but we're kind of tired of seeing them.
What is probably might happen, though, we might even see a Ravens-49ers matchup.
Yeah, and
that would be
I'm cool with that, too. I'm fine with that, too. It's just the Chiefs and the 49ers, I don't want to see that because we already seen that.
That just a few years back.
Yeah, we already seen that. I want to see the Ravens. These are two teams that we haven't seen play in the Super Bowl in a minute, especially for the Lions.
It's been over 10 years for the Ravens. Lions have never been to the Super Bowl.
It's been years, like 1950 type.
Yeah, it was an NFL championship, but not a Super Bowl. So
right. But yeah, like I said, you guys let us know who y'all want to play this weekend and who's gonna win and who y'all want to see in the Super Bowl as far as the teams. So y'all let us know in the comments who y'all want to see. But I'm gonna pass it over to my co-host James. What else we have?
J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.